guys, it's LJ here. Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while. Yeah, I just wanted to come on, say hello. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to come on and speak to you, explain why it's been such a while between videos, and just give you a bit of a heads up about what's going on with me. So, in October 2020, I caught COVID. Didn't realise that I had it. I was asymptomatic from the standard symptoms. I had no issues with my breathing, none of that sort of stuff. Magrat, no. I had to have some painkilling injections in my spine. So the hospital were like, come along, have a COVID test, and if you're fine, we can do the injections. Had the COVID test, was found positive. Now, I'd been shielding because I am clinically extremely vulnerable. However, the government in the UK decided that from September, children were not a concern, and so all schools should open, so all staff should be back in work. So, yeah, unfortunately, I went back to work. I was not particularly happy about it. I was very, very anxious. I was having panic attacks every morning, but the option wasn't there. They had stopped shielding, and so as far as I was aware, due to the information available to me, I had to go to work. So I was in work from September. I didn't leave my house apart from to go to work. So my life was work, home, work, home. And yeah, so I found out that I had COVID, and I was like, okay, great. So I was self-isolating for 14 days. Day 8 or day 9, I started feeling really, really sick. I was nauseous all the time, nothing could stop it. I wasn't being sick, but I was very nauseous. I was able to eat small meals, but I did have... Come on. If you're going to make noise, come and be in the video. Come on. Come on. Hello. Come and say hello to everybody. She doesn't like being picked up. She loves the attention, but she doesn't like being picked up. Yeah, so I could eat. I could keep food down. I just felt really sick the whole time. So, I just sort of dealt with it. Stayed in bed. I was isolating, so it wasn't an issue anyway. Day 10, I got this horrific cramping pain all through my stomach, from sort of like where my stomach is down to where my lower intestines are. Like the whole torso was agony. I felt like I had a 10-ton truck sat on top of me. So I was struggling with that, struggling with everything else. Decided, like, well, I'm not going to bother going to hospital. Everyone's got COVID, I've got COVID, I'll just stay home, it'll be fine. In the end, after a very difficult 2 hours, my other half persuaded me to call for an ambulance. I was like, I'm not calling for an ambulance. I'll phone 111, see what they have to say. 111 called an ambulance for me. Yeah, so I had 2 guys come in, really, really unprofessionally. They hadn't been told that I had COVID, despite me telling both the 111 operator and the 999 operator that I had COVID. I tested positive. They didn't know. So they had a bit of a faff when they got in because they weren't wearing the full PPE. They were just wearing their standard stuff. So they eventually did all that. I was so deeply dehydrated at that point, they couldn't get an IV in. So they couldn't give me any painkillers at home. So it was a bit like... And they were like, we want to take you into hospital. And I said, please, please don't. Like, I feel awful. I just want to stay here. I just want to feel like shit here. I don't want to go. They're like, no, you have to go. So when I went to hospital, I can't really fault the hospital. Once I was there, they were really good. They looked after me. They did several tests. I had quite a lot of scans for things. I had my own room, obviously, because I tested positive. I did feel horribly guilty, though, because any time anyone came into my room, say I pressed the bell because I needed something, or they came in just to do a standard check, they had to wear the full get up of PPE, and then as soon as they left my room, it had to go in the bin. And I felt so guilty. I was like, that's such a waste of PPE that's in short supply on me, and I felt awful about it. But yeah, thankfully still at that point I had no breathing issues, everything was fine. They were pumping me full of anti-sickness and fluids and saline and stuff like that, so I was starting to feel much better. They did eventually, I think I was in there for 5 nights and 6 days, so they did discharge me, got a special ambulance, like hospital transport, sorry, home, not an ambulance. And the day that I left, they did another COVID test, and they phoned me up the day after when I'd got home and said, you've tested positive again, so you need to isolate for another 14 days. I mean, it wasn't bothering me much at that point because I didn't feel like doing very much anyway, but it was just like 2 positive tests in a row. Great. And Margaret, no. Do not jump up there because you will smash everything and I will cry. Sorry. Yeah, so that was a fun another couple of weeks. So then I was working from home. School were brilliant about it. They said you can join the work from home team. Oh, you've fallen over. I didn't realise there was a work from home team, but I joined it and that was fine. So we did that and they were great about it. I have recently just gone back to work. I'm doing a phased return. I've just done 2 weeks in. So first week I did 1 morning, second week I did 2 mornings. So in between all of this, I realised that I was just exhausted again. My fatigue had gone from being manageable where I was going to work to being completely unmanageable. I could barely do an hour's worth of anything productive a day. So about February time, I got contacted by the post-COVID team and we did an assessment and I discovered there was scarring on my lungs, which I hadn't had previously. So that was from the COVID. Even though I'd not had breathing issues, I still developed scarring on my lungs from it. So I'm going to have a scan this October to see how that is going. They also diagnosed long COVID based on the symptoms that I had, which were the fatigue, the muscle aches around my stomach that I hadn't had before, and every so often, like it's not particularly regularly, but maybe once a week or so, I will have real difficulty swallowing. It'll only be for like maybe 5 minutes, but I just won't be able to swallow what I'm eating, and I get slightly panicked about it, but then it sort of resolves itself. It's really bizarre. So they're keeping an eye on that, and we're going to do a camera down the throat if it gets any more regular. So yeah, they diagnosed me with long COVID, and so as part of that, I've been having fatigue therapy, which is sort of really, really cool. A couple of things like I already knew, so bless her, the lady tried to explain relatively well actually spoon theory to me. I said to her, no, I earned info spoon theory anyway through my chronic illnesses, so that's fine. But she also then introduced me to booming and busting, which is basically what I do a lot, I discovered. So on a day where I'm feeling good, I do as much as I can. I cram in as many things as I need to do on my to-do list. And then the next day, I will feel like utter death and can't get out of bed. So that is where you boom and then you bust. Makes perfect sense. Apparently a lot of people do it who have fatigue issues, whether it's chronic illness, whether it's COVID related, what have you. And I know from knowing myself that I do this a lot. If I'm having a day where I feel great, I'm like, cool, let's do this, let's go, let's go, let's go. I do as much as I physically can off my to-do list. And then I do feel like crap for a few days afterwards. So with her, we've been working on ways to kind of straighten out my energies. So on a good day, I will only do a certain amount and then I'll stop, even if I could do more, in the hopes that the next day I will not feel as bad. I have to be totally honest and say, as of now, doing it for, when did we do that? Did that March? What would you? It's 3 months. I've not particularly noticed a difference, but then I don't know if I'm still pushing myself too much on my good days. So I have all these forms to fill out where I record each activity that I do and how it makes me feel and various other things. And we're trying desperately to find the right sort of level for me to work at. It is a lot less, it seems, than what I feel like it should be. But as stated in my lupus memes, I'll put the link up for you. I know where my limits are, I just tend to ignore them because I want to do more. So I kind of know that that's something I need to work on anyway. But yeah, so I have, as I said, recently gone back to work and it has knocked me out. First week I did one morning, I was okay. Second week I did Monday morning, Tuesday morning. Tuesday I was home by 1:30. I fell asleep on the sofa. Slept all of Tuesday afternoon, evening, all night. I woke up on Wednesday at about 3-4 p.m. So I slept for like 27 hours after the 2 mornings in work. Friday I did very little. I was barely able to do stuff. Same as Saturday. Sunday I was able to do a little bit more. But I didn't want to push myself because I knew I was back to work on Monday. This week, which was week 3, I again did the same thing. I did Monday morning, I got home, I slept Monday afternoon, I got in probably about 1 o'clock-ish, fell asleep at about 3, slept till 7, had dinner and was in bed by 9 and was asleep. Tuesday I got home, I slept almost instantly that I got home till maybe 4-5 o'clock. I did then wake up and have dinner, spent a little bit of time watching TV and was asleep again. Slept all of Thursday, literally all of Thursday. No, Wednesday, today is Thursday. Slept all of Wednesday and slept most of this morning. I think Wednesday I got up at 6-7 p.m. And today it was 1 o'clock I think. So it's been a lot. I feel like I'm back when the lupus first hit me, where I would work, sleep. That was my life. I don't know how Friday, Saturday, Sunday are going to go. I'm hoping it's going to be better than last week and I'll be able to get some things done. Like I'm filming this video today. This is all I'm going to do today because I am absolutely knackered. And hopefully I'll get it up because it won't need a lot of editing. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you a bit of an update how long COVID is affecting me. So the occasional swallowing issues, the muscle cramps I guess around my torso, and the fatigue. The fatigue has genuinely set me back to how I was when I first was hit with the lupus, which was I didn't have a life. My life was I went to work and then I slept to recover. And the last week has been like that. I'm hoping this week isn't as bad. But again, I've already lost all of Wednesday and half of Thursday just from working the 2 mornings. So it's yeah. Don't get me wrong. I am absolutely loving being back at work. It's so nice being back in the classroom. It really is. But from being in the classroom just this week, you can hear my voice has gone. I've got an awful sore throat. I've got cold sore. I've got ulcers. Just because, again, I am doing a lot more. I was working at home, but working at home is so different from going into work in terms of like the physical capabilities of being in a classroom. And I absolutely love being back. Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, Magrat has found something she's playing with. What have you got? What have you found, madam? Oh, a piece of card. I mean, that's the... Oi! Not on the carpet. Sorry. Yeah, so it's great being back. It really is. I love being back in the classroom. But it is physically draining me. Occupational health have basically said that I shouldn't be doing more. So I need to do another couple of weeks at 2 mornings and then possibly do 3 mornings and see how that goes. Although at the moment, like, there's no way you're waking me up on a Wednesday morning. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Hopefully by like in 2 weeks' time I'll be better and I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. So that's where I'm kind of at the moment, and yeah, I don't know, it's great being back, but I am knackered. So yeah, if you guys have been affected by COVID or long COVID specifically, let me know down in the comments, or if a family member has. You know, it's not a nice experience, and if you do know someone who is struggling from long COVID, please be patient with them. You know, we want to do more than we are doing. I know that I am very lucky in terms of the fact that it hasn't really affected my breathing, and I am constantly touching wood that it's not going to affect my breathing, even despite the scarring on my lungs. So I know in that sense I have been very, very lucky, and I am so grateful for that, especially with all my underlying health conditions. So yeah, it's been a struggle. I think at the moment it's likely to be a video every fortnight, I'll be honest with you. I've been trying to push through. I do have my other channel which is filmed well in advance, so that isn't too much of a problem, whereas this channel, as I've mentioned before, is filmed as life goes on. I don't have, you know, stock videos filmed, because I want this to be sort of like a true life, more true life thing, so you're actually experiencing things as I experience them. But yeah, but I'm doing okay. You know, I'm alive, I'm going back to work, there are positives that I have to be grateful for, and I am. So yeah, that's just a quick update from me. I hope you are all doing wonderfully well, and I will be back with another video soon. Loopy love. Bye.